Okay. I am recording. So, Olan Bayke, did you finish this assignment? Were you able to?
Oh, I complete. I complete around 80%.
80% of it?
But, some issues because I didn't understand some connection when you have to make the borders, and I need to practice more, and then I can submit my assignment.
Sure, let me open here for us a new window and then projects. This one is the one that we have together. Index. This is the one that we have created. Right here. I'm moving it here. Okay. Online students, can you see me?
Yes.
Yes.
And how about now, if I put it here? Do you see this little tab? Yeah, just a moment.
Yes.
All right, so if I even move it to my other screen, you're still able to see it, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Yes, Mahabacha. Oh, you don't see my screen? Oh, yeah. Sure. So, all right. So I think we stopped somewhere here. We added all of the movies. We've done with all no, we haven't added CSS in all places. We just finished with HTML. So this is the index style. So how can we add here a background color for this part of the table? This table. You know? How can we add a background color, Kalaradja, right here to the head of the table? So did you do it yourself? Yeah.
Style we need to create.
So in the style part, we should what? Yeah, we should create another CSS selector, right? T head, and then we are gonna apply to table head background color, which is light blue. So there is now a background color right here in the head. So I think we've done with the table. Now let's move here. So how can we add a border to all movies? Now it's time to add a border. All of them have their own borders. This one, it seems like a container. Each movie has its own container. So how can we, let's see. So here we've got in each section there are ULs. So what can be, which HTML tag represents this container?
Div. Div.
Actually, it's list item. So there is list item, and this list item has its own borders. Right now, we didn't add a styling, but it has its own borders right here. So how can we style this?
I put inside this listing division, and I got these borders. Like under the list, I put under the list, I put div. And
Do you
then
mean I
list-
enclose this list inside the div? Do you mean this?
yes, not
Yes.
under, yeah, this list li under li.
You mean
After
this?
Yeah, under li. No, not this one, but under, not ul, but under li.
So you mean this under the li I created? Did you create
No.
this?
No, listing and then
image.
isn't.
Before image, she said.
You mean
Yeah,
here?
for each, yes.
Yeah, we yeah.
Under the option link,
So
we need to put it inside the div.
all right. Is there a way we can do it without div? Without div. I believe we can do it without.
With ID?
We can select all list items. All list items. So let's try it. Select all list items and then let's add some border. Solid black. Now we see this solid black border. And I believe it should be not 1 pixel. Its thickness should be about 3. All right. So now all of them, guys, have their borders. If we go back here, these borders, guys, they don't take all the page, full width of the page. They take just maybe like 1/3 of it. So how can we, guys, make the container smaller so it takes only 1/3 of the page?
We need to write width and then
Yeah,
I put 35%.
width 35%. Yeah, now they take less. They take up less place. Next is what
Right.
background color can we apply here?
Light blue.
Maybe light blue, yeah. Background color. I believe I added light sea green. So next, all of them, guys, there should be a space between these movies. How can we add this?
Margin.
It should be margin, yeah. Margin, a space outside the border. Margin,
5 pixel.
5 pixels, yeah. So now there is a margin. Let me go back here. Let me, yeah. So let me change this color to light sky blue, maybe. Light blue is fine. And if you look at here, there is a padding. There is
Yeah, 15 pixel.
padding. 10 pixels is okay. So now we've got a padding. So actually, I can say we finished with all movies. Do you agree? We are done with all movies. All movies part.
Yes.
Now it's time to go for this form. Contact us to add your movie. We move to the contact us to add your movie. It is this HTML tag. This one. Section ID contact. Yeah. So now we need to style this form. This form should be styled. Should we add here any break text to move to
Yes.
next
Yes.
line? Break tag. All right, here, break tag. So just a second. Let me find the movies. Okay, okay. Form. It seems like I haven't used this breaks. Let me see. It seems like I haven't used this breaks. I did it without the breaks, turns out. So search form, contact section and its form. Let me find it, search form, contact form. Actually, guys, I didn't use any breaks. I didn't use breaks. Can we do it without breaks? What do you think? Is there a way to do it without breaks?
Maybe with padding. Katie.
Contact form, input contact form, text area. All right. I believe there is a way, guys. So first, we can make this. Let me open the original page. Let's first create this one, guys. This form. How can we create this form?
It's a border.
It's a border. Border should be added to this form. To this form. But do we have in this HTML page any other form, or do we have only one form on the page?
We can just,
We have two forms. First form is here, and we should apply the CSS style only to the second form. So if we create something like form, it will apply to the search box as well. So how can we
after section,
find this form, exactly this form?
oh,
Make ID or class.
the ID for it.
Yeah, we can give it ID, or there is a way. Do you remember this CSS selector where we use parent kit? Do you remember it? Parent kit. How the parent kit is defined, guys? This way, nav and a, or it's created this way, guys. So how can we find this section? How can we find this section, guys, using CSS selector?
ID, which put it ID.
Yeah,
Form contact maybe.
by ID. By ID, let's try, guys, because I might let me try it. Maybe you understand it or not, but there is already a pound, do you see? And let's see if we can define it here using just single pound, but I'm not sure. Contact. So if I write here this, it should, let me try background color, aqua. It's not finding this one. Let me try 2 pounds. So it's not working. So can we add here a class instead of ID? Yeah, because if we use ID, there is already a pound, and I'm not able to find it. But I believe there might be a way to do it if it's.
Form action equal to parent.
We cannot do two.
Can we?
Let's just keep it simple, and let's.
What if we just after a section we can
Can we give division?
We can actually, we don't need this section, because if, yeah, we can define here some ID. because if
Yeah.
we find section, we are not gonna apply border for all section. We need a border only for this part. Only this part. So we can define ID.
Look, form action in double quote, you have to put that dash.
Just
What is it?
can you say something? I couldn't hear you.
That's what it- On form action in double quote. Can you hear me now?
I believe this is the way. We can add here ID and then
But form action equal to in double quote, do you write something like what was that? I forgot in
Yeah.
English.
um
In double quote.
it is really difficult to hear you because I really would like to use your way, but it's a bit not clear. I couldn't hear you clearly, all your words. But we can use this way. We can define ID for this form, like contact form. And then just style this one. Find the form with ID contact form. So next, there should be a border. How can we create this border?
To write border and then 1 pixel.
Yeah, there is a border, but it seems like it's not solid black.
It's gray.
Border, 1 pixel. Maybe, all right, we can do this actually. We can find white, maybe white smoke. Okay, white. And then we can change this white to have more black style. All right, this form still doesn't have anything. Let me try then. And then here, solid. Okay. Next. We're not done, guys. We need to make this name, email, message to have their own lines. Everything should be on their own lines. Just like here. But we are not going to use breaks. Did you do it with breaks? Yeah. Here, let's find some other way without breaks. Yeah, with breaks, we could do it. Let me check. Here we could add some breaks. Like breaks here. And then we could use some padding to fix this. But let's find other way other than breaks. Let's find some other way. Break? We can do it without breaks. No. You don't need to. Like, let's find it here. You can use break, but let's find how we can do it. Is there any other way? We can do this actually. So let me try this. We can find the contact form. The contact form, and inside this contact form, we've got here this inputs. Contact form, input, and then let's try giving it some size. 300 pixels, 200 pixels, or 300 pixels. And then for this one is for all input. Okay, 300 pixels is not working. Maybe 100%. 100%. All right, Now all of them, they have their own lines. I can apply it for text area as well. Now text area also has its own line. But if we look at here, let's add some space, guys, between these elements and the border. How can we add a space between the elements and border? We can add here a padding, right? Padding, let's make it maybe 5 pixels. Okay. So let's try it here for the form. I don't see the border. So I'm not able to make it, I'm not able to zoom it. I cannot zoom it, that's why. Let me open it here. And it was not saved. So I will add here, if we add here a padding, this one is responsible for the form, for the whole form. This one is responsible only for this input boxes. If we add here some background color like red, it applies to only input boxes. So, but I would like to add, here, guys, some padding because they're too close to the border. They're too close to the border. Here, they're too close. Yeah, here there is a space. So you used margin or padding? Padding left. And where did you use? Did you apply it for the form? Padding left. Yeah. So it adds to the form a space inside the form. What if we do it here for the input boxes? Nothing changes because it applies to, to the box. Look, if I write here something, it starts right from here. But it should begin right from here. So if we can make it 100 pixels, now it begins from here. So it should be applied not to the input boxes. It should be applied to the form. All right, and it should be about 10 pixels. Okay, next, guys. Now our form is too wide. It's too wide. If I open our form, it is too wide. Here, it has a width. So should we apply a width? There should be a width. So where do we apply this width? To the contact form, to the input boxes, or to the form? Yeah, form should have its width. It can be again something like 30%. 30%. Next. All right, so it turns out it is less than 30%. Let me make it 20%. Okay, next. What styling should be added next, guys? Look at this too. Background color. Yeah, it's not white. Seems like. So to the form, we add a background color. Let's make it something like, all right, let's find other one. Allies blue, azure. Okay, this one. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So next, what should be added next, guys? So to make
Border radius. Border radius.
border radius, right? To round this borders, border radius should be added.
5
So
pixels.
border radius. So yeah, now it looks better. There is border radius. 5 pixels. All right, next. Next, what can we add, guys? Next. What? What? Ah, okay. Yeah, it needs to be bigger, right? This button. Yeah. So another thing, guys, how can we add this? There is a space between name and border, and here, space between these two. Is it padding? We can use margin also. We can use padding also. If we use padding, then padding should be applied to the form. If we would like to use margin, then margin should be applied only to this label and only to this button. Here for this button, it will be, we're gonna find this button. We're gonna find this button. Then we're gonna add here margin top and find this button and margin bottom. But we can use padding here, padding top and padding bottom. We can add here padding top, 10 pixels, maybe 20, and then padding bottom, 15 pixels is enough. We added padding top and padding bottom.
How about padding right? There is also a little space.
Do you mean this?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's add this also. Padding right. Let's make it maybe 2 pixels. All right. So it's not perfect yet. Look, there is a space between this text area and button, but we have no space here. There is no space. So how can we add this space between the text area and button?
Maybe we need to make this ID for button for send.
Yeah. So what should be used here? Margin or padding? I believe it's margin.
Yeah.
Margin. We can find this text area or find this button. If we are gonna work with text area, then here we're gonna apply margin bottom. If you would like to begin it from the button part, then it is margin top. We can do both of these ways, like either of them. So here, we should locate this button. Exactly this button, not the one that we have here. It should be this button. So we find the button. All right. So can we find this button without specifying here an ID? Do you
Maybe
think so?
form and button.
No. Yeah, but it applies to all buttons. You see? But if you're gonna add margin top, then this button will move from here to somewhere here. That's why it should be applied only to this button. So there is one way. to specify here an ID. Can we do it without ID? Without assigning here some ID? How can we find this button without using ID?
Maybe to use inline CSS. No?
No. Can we use here, guys, parent to kid relationship again? What do you think? Which HTML tag is the parent for this button? Which HTML is the parent? Form. So can you find first form and then its kid button? Yeah, we can do it. Here, we can find first form, which is contact form, and button. So this is how we can define some CSS for this button. So let's add some margin top, 15 pixels. So now it looks better. Now there is a space. There is a space. Next. Name, email, message. It's fine, guys. It's fine. It's okay if you did something like this, but it would be better if you do it exactly like here. So what's the difference between this button and our button?
Our looks nice.
Our?
Our button
Example is
is
round.
don't have the border.
Yeah,
Black border.
this one is rounded first. This one is rounded. This one is not rounded and small. It's small. So how can we make this button bigger? We can give it a height. 50 pixels or 30 pixels. We can give it a height. So we can give it a height of 40 pixels and radius, right? Border radius. Yeah, 5 pixels. And let's see. Send button here. All right. Look. This one, let's make this, guys. It's gonna be a challenge for us. Let's make this send button will look like exactly like we have here, the same.
Simply, we can.
So which one is bigger, this button or this button? Which one is wider?
Looks like.
Ours is smaller. How is it true that there is more space between this content and border? In
Yes.
ours, there is less space between content and border. So how can we add this space?
Padding.
Using padding, right? And padding should be applied only to the left and to the right. Don't touch the top and bottom. So apply this padding left. Let's make it 20 pixels. Yes, and padding right, 20 pixels. So now the only difference now is that ours has a border. How can we remove the border?
Oh, we can use.
Let's try. Border, none. Yeah, perfect. So now it doesn't have a border. Now the only difference is that,
Oh,
yeah, background color. Well, it's fine. All right. Next, footer. Next step, guys. How can we align this footer to the center? Here it's on the left.
Text align center.
let's try. So we have only one footer on our page. That's why we can apply this footer text align center. Okay, it's aligned to the center. Yes, save it. All right. And what's the difference between these two footers?
There is space between the text and horizontal line.
Yeah, how can we add this space?
Heading.
We can use breaks. Let's use padding. So here we have applied it. It's in the center. Next, padding top. We can use padding top, both of them. Margin top also can be used because both of them will add a space. So margin adds a space to the outside of the border. Padding adds a space inside the border, but we don't see the border. We can actually add this border to see it. So it's black. So this is the border, and padding is the space is inside the border. If we use margin, now space is outside the border. This is the difference. Both of them will be fine. All right. So the only thing that you need to change here is the content of all movies. Here it's the Matrix and Inception, but the picture, the image for movies, the same. You changed the pictures, right? All right, perfect. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Property. Yeah. Yeah, we use them. So the question is, what's the difference between properties and attributes? Properties are given. So if I ask you this question, property and attribute, which one is used in CSS, which one? Property, right. And is it true that both of them have value and, yeah, let's say name and value, both of them have, right? Yeah. So property has its name and value. Now this one was attribute. Attributes name and value. Properties name and value. So properties are used in CSS. Attributes are used, yeah, in start text. We cannot use here attribute like ID 1 or something like this, 1. Look, and I'm gonna give you very clear difference, like very clear explanation. When you use attribute, you always use their equal symbol. Equal. It's inside the start tag. Here for ID attribute, it's again equal sign. Here it's always a column. Properties are used to apply CSS. Attributes, they're used to define some characteristics. So here we state that it's for text. So we can type here text and numbers, but if we change it to number, then we cannot type here any letters, only numbers. So attributes, they can define some characteristics, but CSS is used to give more style, to make it more beautiful. So it should be text here. All right. Next
From the contact section.
section, contact. Okay, this is the section contact. We didn't use here breaks.
One more.
Sure.
Selector and tag is similar. Are they
Mm.
similar?
No, tag is the one that we have here, right? Selector, we can say it's something that we can use to find that element. For example, if I type here button, it applies to all buttons. It is called selector. This one is also selector. This one is called ID selector, by ID, like ID selector, CSS ID selector. Selectors are used to what?
In CSS?
In CSS, they're used in CSS. They're used to find element and apply CSS. Tags are used to create elements. So without this section open and closing tags, there is no, for example, without this text, you cannot make them links. So it's not a link. So tag, it's to create element, selectors, to select elements, to find them. Yeah, and there was another question, right? Was there any question? If no, I'll try to guys show you something where we could use this CSS selectors. I hope I'm gonna make very simple example. So here, let me do this. So I believe I'll need to rename it to something like this. All right. So if I go here, testing means checking the functionality of different things. But I'll show you very simple example how we are gonna use these selectors later. For example, let me open some website, and let's say we need to use this username and passwords to log in, but without our interaction, only using Java code. And how do we use our CSS selectors? Right now I'm gonna write some code that we don't know yet. Not this one. All right. So this is some code to open your Chrome. This is some code to open this page. Let me quickly try from this one first. So I run this code, and actually it has opened it here. I didn't open it. I didn't open Chrome. Let me try one more time. I need to go to this page. Yeah, it opened the page here. In next step, I'll need to select this place and write there something, the credentials, and then click login. And how these CSS selectors can be used. So I use something like this, find them by CSS selector. And let's see, how did you learn the CSS selectors? So here I have this input box. So which HTML tag represents this element? Input, right? Input tag represents this input box. So we can find this input box somewhere inside this diffs. So it's inside the form. Inside the form, we've got this input. How can I find this input, guys? Look, it has attributes. It has attributes. And what CSS selector would you use to give maybe background color or to make it more white? I would use ID. How can we find this element using ID? By typing here this and let me find it, user name. And now it found it. So this CSS selector finds this element. This element. I can use this CSS selector here. And then I'll do this. Right there, this username. Right there, this username. And let me start it. So it opens the page and writes here our username. So we can use this CSS selector here, and it's very useful here. That's why we started the course from HTML and CSS. Next, find the second one, which is the password input box. This one. Here, password. This one has ID password. So we type here pound password. So if I type here pound password, it finds this input box. We'll need to find this input box and type there something. So we find this input box and we type there our password. Password is secret sauce. And then the last step is to find our button. The login button. And button should be clicked. We don't type there something. So it writes there something and click login button really quickly. We are not able to notice the all actions. It clicked and now it logged in. If I do it myself, I'll need to write here this and then click login and then it logs in. So CSS selector is really useful here to find those elements. So now you have some idea how CSS selectors can be used. All right. Next, guys, we're gonna exercise. We're gonna have some exercise on these CSS selectors. We're gonna do it together. Let me do this. I think you know, maybe you didn't know, it's just something like a fun. Did you know that you can change, for example, this text, but it will change only on your computer? Like find this by making a right click and then inspect and then make a right click here and edit as HTML, and I will change this to SDT course. All right. Yeah, and then it should be changed here. But it's changed only on my web page. So I can work with it. And what you see here on the right, there are some solutions. What I'm gonna do, we shouldn't see those solutions. That's why I can change the HTML page by removing this part. I would like to remove it so we don't see the solutions. So we don't see the solutions. All right. So look, imagine. Okay, you don't need to imagine. There are, how many elements do we have, guys, here? HTML text. Is it 4 or 3 or 2? 3.
3.
1 div and 2 plates. Here, the div represents the table. These plates are these plates. So this is a game to find these plates that shake using CSS selector. How can we find these plates? If I would like to apply some CSS to all elements, which CSS selector do we use? Element selector, ID selector, or class selector? If we need to apply CSS to all elements, there are 3: element selector, ID. We use element selector if you would like to apply to all elements, to all. So if I'm gonna write here, and if we solve this one, you'll understand how it works. So here it says select the plates, select these plates. If I write here plate, is it true that, guys, this will select this both plates, both of them? Is it true? If one of them had some, let's say, CSS, or let's say ID, let's say first plate had some ID. If I would write here pound plate 1, it would select only first plate. If I type here plate, then it selects both of them. So we need to select the plates, all of them. Enter, and it selects all of them. So we need to select these shaking items. So now how many elements do we have?
4.
Now we have 4. Div, table, benta, plate, plate. So now we have 4. And what is CSS selector do we use to select these bento boxes? Just type benta, right? And it will select all of them. All right. So now here we use other CSS, not the element selector, but the other one. Now we need to select a fancy plate. It's not just a basic plate with no colors. Right now, it has something like maybe borders. So now we need to select this plate. If we type here plate, it selects both of them. Now we here the attribute. Yeah, ID and fancy. So now it selects this one. So now we need to select the apple, guys. Yeah, so here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. 5, including the apple. But this apple is not on the table. Like, it's on the table, but yeah. Initially, it's on the table, but then there is a plate. So it's on the plate physically. So now we need to select this apple. If we type here just apple, yeah, it selects both of them. So we need to figure out how to select only this apple. Do you know this relationship in CSS selectors, parent and then kid?
Yes.
So we have plate, but we are not gonna select the plate itself. We select the apple. Plate and then apple. Do you remember this? If you type this, it will find the apple kit. It should be inside the plate parent. So now it worked. So now we've got pickles, guys. Here we've got 2 plates, and we should select this one, this pickle. Again, Do we use this relationship CSS? Yeah, like
Yes.
parent kid.
Wait,
Um,
round,
plate.
wait, fancy. Wait,
So it should be ID fancy, right?
Oh,
Fancy
wait,
and pickle. Yeah, it selects the plate, but we need only the pickle. All right, so now you've got here two small apples. If I type here apple, it selects all apples.
but they're small.
Yeah, we need only small apples. We can type here dot, right? Because both of them have class small. That's small. So it selected both of them. So now we need to find these guys.
They're the same, yeah?
No. So now if we type here small, it selects all apples.
Orange.
If we type here orange, it selects only all orange apples, but we need only these two.
Small. That small.
If we type that small, then it's not working. No, there is no fancy. Do you remember this type of thing? The tag and then here the attribute. Like we did it before. It was input, the square brackets, and then here type. Do you remember this?
yes.
We had it before. So we can apply this format here. We can type here orange. No, not orange. Yeah, we are looking for oranges. But orange, where the class is small. Where the class is small. So now, all right, something is wrong. Class name. So what could be wrong there? All right, it would work. It would work in HTML, in Visual Studio Code. But here it tells us that we should use other thing. We can do this. Orange dot small. We are looking for orange and small one. Orange dot small. It found it. So now we are looking for, how can I guys select, how I don't want to complete this assignment right now. Right now I would like to test here something. I would like to shake all these small oranges. How can I shake all small oranges? If I write here just orange,
No,
it shakes all of them.
not
But
small.
Maybe table.
if I write here that small, then it shakes all small oranges and apples. We can type this. If you use Benta, then it's still not gonna work. Like Benta, if you try small, nothing is gonna shake. If we type here, guys, orange, are we looking for oranges? Yeah,
Small.
but only small. So here we can specify the attribute dot
Small.
small. We are looking for small oranges. Orange, where the class is small. So now, to complete this task, we shouldn't shake all of the orange, small oranges. We should shake only the ones that are on the Benta. How can we do it? Now it shakes all of them, even this one, even this one. We should select only the ones that lie on the Benta.
Class? No, ID. Inventor.
If we do here Benta, it selects all bentas. What if we do here benta orange?
Also big.
Orange dot small, but if we type here benta and orange, it selects yeah, all of them. All oranges that lie on the benta. But we are looking specifically for oranges with small class. Yeah, where the class is small. All right. Next thing. Here we should select plates and bentas. We can
Can we do it one by step? Like first focus on the plate and then on the
have you ever tried this, guys, using comma to select two elements? Yeah? Like, have you ever tried something like input, space, comma, and then form, and then maybe table? Have you ever tried this? Yes, we did. Let's open here. Maybe in day 5. Not here. Not here. All right, maybe here, right? Yeah. We separate them by comma to apply to two elements. So here we'd like to select bentos and plates. If we type here bento and then plate, it selected them, yeah. But it was too quick, right? Select all the things. How can we select all the things?
table.
No.
On the table.
So if you use here star, it will select all of them. Look, if I go back here and let me try here this. Is it true? Is it true that all buttons have blue background color? Yeah, this button has blue background color and this one. But if instead of button, we type here star, now everything has blue background color, everything. So star will apply to all elements, to all. If we go here to this website, if I type pound password, it selects only this password input box. If we type here star, it selects 45 elements, guys. Look here, we've got 45. 1 of 45. Let me show you. Here it says 1 of 45. If we type here input, it finds 3 inputs, username and then login button. If we type star, then there are 45 elements. So how can we select everything? Using the star, yeah. If you star, then it selects everything, right? Now we need to select everything on a plate. Everything on a plate. You mean? So we need to select plate and then let me try this way. Everything on a plate. If we type here orange, then it selects only this one. We could use this way, plate and apple, and then plate and pickle, but it's too long. How can we say here, instead of orange, like select everything? Plate star. It will select plates and anything on those plates. If we type here apple, then it selects only apple. Plate star, it selects all of them. All right, now it's something I believe difficult. All right, so I think we we are not gonna be able to finish this one. A plus B adjacent sibling. So we could do this. So look, we need to select every apple that's next to a plate. It's not really important right now for you to remember this, but we could do this: plate plus apple. It will select every apple next to plate. Plus means select something that's next to me. So for example, this bottle. If we are gonna write here instructor plus bottle, it will select this one, not me. If there would be my phone, instructor plus phone, it will shake the phone. It will shake the phone. So here, plate plus apple. It will shake these apples.
Minus.
Maybe there is minus, but I'm not sure. Minus for the left. Let's try. Select the pickles that are on the left of the, select the pickles beside the bento.
Plus, bento plus.
So here, bento, and then there is this symbol. We can type this symbol by pressing shift, and then there is some button next to one. It's on the left, next to one. So it's not next to one, it's to the left from one. Benta, and then pickle. And here it says select every pickle, because let me do this. It is actually, all right, I'm gonna quickly remove this part, right column. So if we again use here plus, benta plus pickle, it selects only one pickle. If I had here two phones next to me, here one phone and here one phone, if we do here instructor plus phone, it would select only one phone, right? But if you do instructor and then this, it would select both of them. So here it's benta and then pickle to select both of them. Yeah, all pickles. Yeah. Yeah.
Because we have, now we will have a break, and then on break we will try to congratulate Button.
I believe he's not here.
It's here.
He's here.
He was sleeping.
He was sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Ask him to sleep here.
Yeah, really? All right. Yeah. Select the apple which is directly on a plate. Look, what's gonna happen if I write here plate, apple? It will select plate and apples that are on plates. But what's the difference between these two apples in terms of HTML or in physically? Is there a difference between these two apples, like how they are structured or how they lie on the table? If I would like to eat this apple, not this one, I would say I would like to eat an apple that lies directly on a plate. If I tell you I would like to eat an apple which is on a plate, it could be this apple or this apple. But if I tell you directly, it means this one. If we use here this parent-kid relationship, it shakes both of them. But we could use here this one. This. It is something like greater than. It will select exactly this apple. That's directly. You understand what's directly, right? So now here, this bottle is directly on my phone. But if there is, so if there is a bottle and then here a remote, then is this remote directly on my phone? No. No, if I take this bottle and this, is it directly on my phone? Yes, so to use directly here, we can use this greater symbol, this greater. And it selects this one. Select the top orange. All right, we are not gonna learn this one because this one is too complex. We won't be using this kind of thing. We're gonna use really basic things here where I showed you. Where is it? We're not gonna use really difficult CSS selectors like here. I believe it's really difficult, this one. It's something like this. It is too difficult. So it's plate first. No, maybe not first, but let's try first child. Plate and then P selects all first child, selects all first child elements. All right. So plate, orange, first child. So now it selects it, but we are not going to use this long and difficult CSS selector. So we would be using just this pound username, pound password, pound login button, maybe pound username, and then input or button. But you're not gonna start learning this from Monday. Maybe in 2 months, because we're gonna learn basics of Java first. Basic things of Java. Next, we can jump to testing websites. All right. Do you have any questions, guys?
In this part,
Yeah.
I don't have, because I didn't clear anything.
So this website is a game. It's a game to practice CSS selectors. To practice CSS selectors, there are some labels, and it begins from really basic one. How can you select this two? By typing plate. So if I really need to show you here in right here, let's say game.html, and then there is doc, and then there is Apple, okay, this way, just Apple and Apple, and then show preview here. So we don't see these apples here, but if I would like to select these two apples using CSS, how would you select both of them? By typing here Apple, it will select both of them. How can we prove it? By typing here border 1 pixel solid black, and maybe something like width 100 pixels. So because this is not D for paragraph, F div. If you would need to select both divs, you would type there just div. But on this website, to select both of these plates, plate HTML elements, we write here just plate. To select both of these bentos, they don't have ID, class, or any attribute. we can type here just bento. Next one, if we need to select fancy plate, then it is this way, pound fancy. Okay, so do you have questions, guys? There might be questions. If there are no, then we can move to the other project. This one.
From Monday, we will start with Java, right?
Java, yeah, from Monday. From Monday, we're gonna start Java. For Java, we're gonna create a separate folder. You have right now here on your desktop, maybe here, some folder like projects. For Java, we're gonna create another separate project, maybe Java projects folder, some separate folder. Then we will need to install some programs. Like, yeah, so we will install some program like IntelliJ IDEA. So this is a place where we write the code. And let's have a break, guys. Let's have a break for 15 minutes. Online students, let's have a break.
Also,
Hey.
all students,
Yeah, but
online, offline, go line, no line. Yeah, here we have a small gift, yeah, for you. You can open it and it read if you, yeah, you. And yeah. Yes.
what's
And, yeah, let's see, what do you got there?
Let's guess. What do you think?
What do you think?
First guess,
Yeah.
IT related, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I think you got a, let me see from the camera. Oh, man, it's good.
Yeah, it's good, yes.
Keyboard.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, wow, this is what we need. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Real, right?
Yeah, huh?
It's real.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah, the box is real.
Yes.
And you know, we have another small gift for you. Okay.
I know. See, there's a small here.
Yeah, we have another gift for you.
Hey, wow. Man.
Yes.
Let's check, is it the same size?
Yes,
It's even bigger.
yeah, guess. What do you got?
I think this one is another screen,
Let's see.
but it's bigger. I know. Yeah, another screen.
Inside is what we talk about.
Really?
And you know, so we decided that two gifts is too not enough, and we have another gift.
No.
Another box.
Another.
Okay, this is good. This is really good, thank you. And you know who will use this?
So we have here another gift for you. Guess
Another
what you
screen.
got?
Oh my God, same size, right?
Yeah, let's see.
Yep, another screen. Man. Do you think screens is not enough? In each room you have one. Oh my God, guys, this is great, wow. This is another 27-inch monitor. Wow, thank you guys, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This is the best birthday gift. And now we're gonna have, I don't know, do we have room for these screens?
Yeah, you will decide it.
Thank you so much. And
You're welcome.
Ayday? What's
Gul Qayyum and Benazir. They're online right now.
Oh, Benazir is online.
Yeah.
What about Ayday?
Aiday? Maybe it's
Aydana.
friend of
Oh,
Benazir.
Aydana.
I never seen Aydana.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello, Bakbeke.
She's online, yeah.
Yeah, I'm online.
There's one more student. She's online.
Okay, good. Don't scare me, guys. I was gone for like 2 days and I really don't see enough people here, but good. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. This is great gift. And before you know it, hopefully you will graduate very soon and you will start using this. We'll put these in different rooms, or if you need, you can actually set them up here also. During class if you need, yeah? That's great, thank you so much, and hopefully, you guys have been hearing about the good news here, right? We just talked to Andre, right? Who recently got an offer.
Yes, he got a offer
Yeah, from
from Canadian company.
Canadian bank.
Canadian.
Yeah, they sent him his computer, he's gonna start on Monday. He's setting up his account. Another, she already started on Monday. She also got an offer. Aliona, he started also this Monday. Like these three people got their offer in the last,
1 month.
three weeks, yeah. So next will be your turn. Yeah, I'm waiting maybe next month. Yeah? Where's the other yesterday? Did she come yesterday? I mean, did they put it on? Yeah? So yeah, hopefully you guys will be next and, let's get closed up.
Yeah. The idea of about the monitors came from Miss Joe.
No, no,
Mr. Joe, he suggests us to give you monitors because really in center, we really need this monitor. We will use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also you need it.
I
for
will,
it.
I will send them right here outside.
Okay.
Yeah, this is great. Thank you.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let me take my monitors and get out of here now. How are the classes?
We have a break.
Joe, is it hard to say?
With the help of Mr. Joe, we are.
Oh, we were talking last 2 days ago, and he was the person who initiated everything.
Really?
Not
Yeah.
me. It
Yeah.
was Tim. He's always quiet. Maybe we will make it some.
I know it's you, man.
No. I'm just trying to pick out what the people think and Tim, he said maybe we will make some research. I said, oh, that's a great idea. Let's try it.
You are still like when you were in Slaviansky, huh? He was very, very, what do you say? He was the starsta
Let's have 10 minutes of break. Online students, 10 more minutes of break.
Okay.
Um,
Who got the offer from the first batch?
yeah, some European guy, the Russian European guy. Did you see him, Andrei? He is in red coat.
So who is Sunday?
So he is some student from other bootcamp who came to Bahabaike to seek here market help. Yeah.
Yeah, he was sleeping, eating here, he was spending time, much
Yeah.
time here.
He was 3 weeks here.
Mm.
What's his experience, right?
Experience?
Experience.
He studied at other bootcamp, not this one. Yeah, he doesn't. I think so. Graduator, like you after 6 months. So let me check if I checked here, made a call rule for all students. No, no. So this Aidana, are you like offline student, but you just join join online, right? But you are offline.
Yeah, in the beginning I came for the first
Mhm.
time, then I now like due to some reasons I have a small baby, so because
Yeah.
of- so now I'm online, but in the future I will try to come as well.
Sure. Nice, guys. Nice. I think the next project that
Yeah, she is asking about herself, you didn't,
okay.
what's her name again?
Oh, here. Sure. All right, guys. So this is just to keep who is coming and who is not, so that we can give you, maybe we can give you just a phone call if you are not coming. Like, do you need some help, something like this? Okay. And then, guys, another important thing. So this week you're gonna finish with all HTML and CSS and finished, submit those assignments, guys. I can see from here who submitted them and who didn't yet. So for example, day 3, some students submitted, some not. Ulanbayki, your surname is Tashmatov, right? For example, you, Ailita, you didn't submit it. Yeah? Your name? Z, so you didn't submit it, right? No, it is home assignments. And your name was Aidana, right?
Oh my gosh, only I spent 19 hours because I was rewatching all the time.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm Elnora.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I see. You
I
are
spent
submitting all of
19
them.
hours. Oh my gosh.
But it's gonna take less and less time.
Yeah, because I forget things and I have kids around and I will rewatch the recording couple times, when I do homework. It's not easy for me. I don't know why.
Why? Because it's new. The answer is because it's something new for you. That's why it's
I
difficult.
always been slow, but
Yeah.
hopefully.
Everyone is individual. For example, you shouldn't need to learn everything. For example, all these styles. For example, I think you already forgot this one. I also forgot where it was something like this one. I already forgot this. It was plate, orange, first child, something like this. You don't need to remember it. You don't need to remember it because there is internet. You can look it up. For example, how to find
Yes, I did. Otherwise, or
child.
I was rewatching recording, then pause it, or I was Googling YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. You should know
I am
how
doing
to.
that.
Yeah, it's really great skill if you do this, because Actually, people who work already, they don't really memorize everything. They just use Google or the ChatGPT. You should just know how to ask that question. Here, I asked that question correctly here. It is, what was the website? CSS selector game. This. I already forgot, but if you also forgot, you should just be able to know how to ask that question. Select the apple and the pickle on the plates. It's not this one, this one. It says select the top orange or select the first orange. Just you can improve that skill, how to ask questions. ChatGPT, guys, is really, really important. Let me first make sure I have nothing personal here in ChatGPT.
According to ChatGPT, I know the guy who's working for big company. Back then, he just using ChatGPT on his work.
Yeah, everybody. And I am using it on day-to-day. Like when for example, ChatGPT is really powerful. For example, imagine you are some person and we have some arguments between each other. You know what I did? I opened ChatGPT. Let me even try it right now in real time. So you can open ChatGPT on your phone. Hey, ChatGPT, there is some guy with whom I had an argument. Would you like to help me? How can I make our relationship better?
Sure, I can help. The first step is reaching out to the person.
Yeah, and he can answer you. Did you know?
To resolve the tension.
Did you know, guys?
Start by acknowledging the argument and your role.
Yes.
Showing that you're open to understanding.
It is
their
ChatGPT, yeah.
Then you can apologize if necessary and suggest.
Yeah, but there is only one original. The other ones, they just use it. They just use it. So I had some, let's say, some argument. I had real argument, and then I needed to find the solution. To find the solution so that we are not gonna go apart. I wanted to be friends with him. So I asked him, what are the ways? I explained it, everything, yeah. I told him that we are friends from 2000 something, and then what do you think? What would you do in this case? And he answered me. This is how I solve some problems. But I don't do it like in every situation, but I really use it. So you could, for example, guys, there was a car that my friend wanted to buy. Toyota Camry 2024, and then let's say Nissan Altima. Yeah? Yeah. Nissan Altima 2024. There are two cars. And he wanted to buy a car which has more space inside. For example, there are passengers, right? And he wanted to have those passengers to be comfortable there. So he asked ChatGPT this. Hey, can you please write here the size difference of Camry 24 and Nissan Altima 24? And then he tells that Camry might be longer, maybe Nissan Altima is a bit longer, but this is the difference. So Camry is a bit longer. It's longer, but Altima is, still Altima is in width. Camry is bigger, height, Altima is bigger. And for him, what was important is the back seats. When people sit in the back seats, they should have comfortable place for their legs. How about the passenger
Is it free?
space. Yeah.
Yeah, it has two options. It has two options, free one and the paid one. It costs 20 USD per month.
Yes. So front headroom, it says where the person who drives sits, there are 38 inches. 38 inches. And again, but here Altima beats the Camry. And then again, Altima beats here in the length of the front. But when it comes to passengers part, Altima has 35, but Camry has 38. So for him, this one was more important because when in the back seats there are people and they should be able to fit their legs there comfortably, then that time it goes for Camry. So you can ask those questions on day to day, even how to cook something, everything. You can ask something like, I have this ingredients, and what can I cook using only these ingredients? You might be missing of something, maybe onions, but you can come up with something new. Yeah. So let's do this, guys. Create day 7 folder in your Visual Studio Code. Yes, day 7. And here, inside the day 7 folder, we are gonna create, guys, a file called event.html.
Sorry, what's the name?
Event.html. All right, next, create another file called style.css. Style.css, create these two files, event.html and style.css. So these two files, so create here the HTML code. All right, let's create the following page, guys, in real time. This page. This is some event page. I created as an example. Let's say today it's 15th, right? 15th of August. And let's say today it's the info session day here at TechState. So you could just click this register button and get registered for the info session. So we should create something like this. It's not gonna be a big deal for us because we learned this. Do you know how to make this, guys? This CSS styling. So when you hover your mouse here, it changes the color. Do you know this? This one in navigation, but there should be some CSS style applied, so it changes the color when you hover. Yeah. So first of all, we should again divide this into sections. What do you think? How many sections are there? This one could be called as header. Header. About. This part can be called as about section. This one, schedule. This part can be called as section schedule. Yes, speakers section. Speakers section, and then register section, this one. And testimonials. It means, let's say some students who found offers, they leave reviews like, hey, I like this place. It's a great place to make connections. So this is testimonials part, reviews. This is another section. And then there should be some footer here. Can you do this, guys? When I click this scroll bottom, it scrolls to the bottom. And there is another link. When I click this one, it scrolls up. Can we do it? Yeah, it's pretty easy. So let's create this HTML page step by step. Let's start, guys, with this first section. This section. And this section will have, all sections are gonna have their IDs, guys. What ID would you give for the first section? Yeah, I would call it like maybe header, maybe first, because it's the first header, it's on the top. Let's call it header. Header. All right, next. H1, yeah, there should be H1, there should be paragraph, button, and can we apply this style, black style? How can we make this part of the page black?
Just
CSS style.
Yeah, inside the head, how do we call this style? This style is called, this way of applying CSS style. This way is called internal, right? Internal CSS style. This way of styling. All right. So next, we tell here pound header, right? Pound header should have, all right, background color black, but nothing has changed, guys. Nothing has changed.
Border.
No, there's no border. Like we can add this border, but we don't need it. We don't need this border. What do you think? What do we miss here?
adding
No.
the text
Give
paragraph.
in the section, before the section.
Yeah, we can create there a div, but is there other way without div? So what do you think, guys? What if we assign here these things? Height, 100 pixels. And yeah. Wait, let me open this page here. Copy the path. So we go here. We open this page. Now we've got here, guys, black banner. But there is a space. There is a space. So how can we remove this space? How do we call this space, guys? This span. It is margin. Right, let's try.
No, 0 pixels, yeah?
Yeah, let's try removing this margin. Let's try if there is none, but I think there is no, maybe 0. Okay, it's not applying.
Marginal.
Margin.
Resolution.
No. Even I don't know right now, guys. So
Let's ask ChatGPT.
yeah, so in this case, let's try this. Let's try creating here div.
0%, we have 0%.
Yeah? Did it work?
Yeah.
Do you mean this? This. But it didn't work for me. So there is still space. Maybe black. Let's try it this way. What if we change this to div? Okay, there is still space. All right, so keep it as section. Let's try this way. So you're gonna learn it from this example, if we put this margin to have 0, so now this body has 0 margin. So there is no space at all. If you make here margin 0, there is no margin. So now body has 0 margin. There is margin. Because if I ask you this question, guys, let me remove this color from here. How would you guys call HTML tag that represents this, guys?
Empty.
Yeah, there's something empty, and it is represented by some HTML tag. And which HTML tag is it? It is body, right? So as long as it's body has by default maybe 2-3 pixels of margin. So we can make body's margin 0. So now there is no margin in the body. All right, next step. Mhm.
Our body is black color.
Full black.
No. If you make it black, then whole page will be black, yeah? Yeah, that's why only section part should be black, this part.
Just margin part is 0 pixel, right?
Yeah, in the body, for body, we applied only margin 0 pixels to remove this space. We don't want to have black color for all page to be applied for whole page. It should be applied only to the section part. All right, so next. It seems like this section is higher than this one. So there should be more pixels for the height of the section. It should be, I believe, even 300 it should be. 300 pixels. Yeah, it's exactly 300. So next step is to add our H1 paragraph and button. Next step is to add our H1's paragraph and button. All right, what do you think, guys? Do we need this file, style CSS?
Want to
External?
get the link.
Are we using external CSS now? No, we are using internal, so let's remove it. I thought we would use, but there is no need to. We can remove it. All right, next, we add our H1 and we add our paragraph. Whatever I type here, guys, we cannot see. Look, I type here something, it's not visible. It's not showing up. What might be the reason?
The color.
Color, yeah, because text has by default black color. We can type here, whatever text is inside the header section should be of white color. All right. So let me find this text. So the text there is welcome to TechState info session for H1. For H1, it is welcome to TechState info session. Welcome to TechState info session. And paragraph text is join us for an exciting event on the 15th August. Yeah, text should be centered. So we apply this text line center. Now text is in the center. Yeah, on the 15th. Next, if I refresh these 2 pages, all right, guys, it turns out it's not H1. Maybe it's H1, but look. No, H2 becomes smaller and smaller. So how can we make our text bigger? Look, here it's much smaller than this one.
Bold.
No, bold makes it thick. Font size. We should make the font size here. So header, inside the header, how can we apply font size for this H1? How can we apply a font size to this H1?
Parent kit.
Yeah, we can use parent kit or we can use just H1 even. So font size, it's large this way, 50 pixels. Let's try 50 pixels. And for paragraph should be bigger. Paragraph, font size, 25 pixels. Right, I go back to our page. All right, now it looks similar, but then we need to add a space, guys. How do we call this space? But do you think it's a padding? For this section, it's padding. But for the H1, it's margin. Because if you would like to add here space till the distance between this H1 and the next element, there should be margin. Let's try. Margin, top. So it will add space here outside the border of H1. Margin top, 25 pixels. Okay, something new. Okay, let's try then this one. Padding top. We are applying it, but let's try. Padding top 100 pixels. Okay, now we added padding top 100 pixels. 80. So padding top 80 pixels. All right. Next, we need to make this paragraph closer to the H1. This one should be closer to the H1. How can we make it?
Also this padding for paragraph, yeah? Padding top.
Padding top for paragraph. Let's try it. Padding top for paragraph. Is it 0 pixels? No. So we need to make it closer to here. Is there negative? No. Maybe we can, so here it's pixels. Margin top.
What if one of you heading down, make it 5 pixels on H1?
We can, seems like we can do this. Margin top, and if you do here 10 pixels, it moves to the bottom. 50 pixels, 200 pixels, it moves down. 50 pixels, 150, it moves down. If you do this, negative, it goes up. 60, 35 pixels, minus 35. So it goes to the top. Margin top for the paragraph is minus 30 pixels. Next, what do we miss here in this section? A button, right? A registration button. So let's create this button. Button, register. All right. I would like to so now next we need to apply here as styles. Okay, what styles should be applied, guys, to this button? It should be like this one. What are the CSS styles that should be applied to this button? What do you think?
Background color.
Background color. There should be background color next. Do we need to apply here some hover mouse
Yes.
CSS style? All right, how about this?
Border also.
Rounded borders.
Border radius.
Yeah. So let's apply it all here. We apply to that button background color orange, and then should we change the text color for this button? It should be changed. It should be changed, right? It should be changed to white. Background color is orange, text color is white. All right, so now how can we make this button bigger than we have here? Yeah, the text should be bigger. Let's make the text bigger. Font size. $25 pixels. Next, how can we round this box? Using border radius. Border radius 10 pixels. All right, background color, font size, border radius. Let me take a look at here from the web browser. All right, it seems like their button is wider than ours. How can we make our button wider, guys?
Margin.
We need to write width.
Yeah, let's try. There are multiple ways. Let's try width. How will it work here? 200 pixels, 150 pixels. Let me check. Okay, there should be text register now, actually, not just register. So register now, and width should be let's try 200 pixels. And height should be different. Should be a little bit bigger. Yeah, 50 pixels. Width 200 pixels, height is 50 pixels. Yeah, height is 50 pixels. All right, let me open this. All right, now guys, we need to create this part, which is nav. But we haven't done with button, guys. What should we add to the button? Yeah, it should change the background color on a hover. So there should be another. How do we create this hover CSS style? Button, column, button, column, hover. And it should change its color, let's see, to blue. To blue, okay. Now it's better. All right. Next, guys. So next step is this part. This is nav part. You'll be giving, guys, 3 minutes. You'll be given 3 minutes to create this part. Next part, which is nav. And there should be also this hover CSS style. When you hover your mouse here, it should change the color. Not background, but text color. It should change.
Could you open Visual Code for 1 second, please?
Yeah. So you are given 3 minutes to add here this nav. These are the links, and they don't have this underline. CSS style. Button, column, hover, background color blue. All right.
What's the section, please?
This one, I believe there is no section. It's just, yeah, nav. All right. So let's add this part, guys. What should we add here? What HTML tag?
Section.
No.
Section header.
Should this be section?
No.
Let's make it nav. All right, multiple A's. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 A's. So about schedule, speakers, register, testimonials. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About, then schedule, speakers, register, testimonials, and scroll to bottom. All right, next step is to apply this styles, guys. So we need to remove this underlines. How can we remove this underlines? Border? No, it's not border.
Text decoration.
It's text decoration. So yeah, A, text decoration, none. All right, next it should be moved, guys, from here to other place. Text align center. Do you think this? Yeah. Text align to the center. It's not moved. Seems like it's not moved. Did you move it to the center? Yeah. So what did you use?
So in body.
Here.
The body. Yes. Text line.
Text align center. Yeah. So everything will be in the center. Next step, guys, is what CSS style should be applied next?
Color.
So here it has purple color, but here the color is black. So let's apply the color. Color should be black. Next step, it should be bigger. It should be bigger, so we use Mahabatchevich CSS style to make the text bigger. Font size and pixels, right? It should be pixels. 20 pixels. Let's see. About, schedule, speakers, register, testimonials. How can we make these links bold? How can we make them bold?
Besides font size, you can also include it solid bold.
Where? Do you mean here?
After, yeah, solid bold.
Did you try it and did you work? So you just come up with it, yeah?
Maybe strong.
Strong. Is it a property or is it a tag?
Maybe font weight.
It is. It is font weight. We can use property font weight to make the text bold. But it seems like it's too bold. It seems like it is too bold. Yeah, it's too bold. So we are removing this font weight. It is too bold. How can we, guys, make it less bold? Is there a way to make something less bold? I don't want to make it bold. I don't want to make it less. I would like to make it less bold. We can use these numbers. 600, 550 to make them less bold. Font weight. You can assign here bold text, or you can use these numbers. 530. So this one is our example. Yeah, our text is smaller, so let's make it bigger. 20 pixels. Next, there is a space between these links. Did you add these links?
Merge the margin for A.
So here, did you add it? Did you add it?
No.
Yeah, and what did you use? Margin what, Tim?
No, padding top.
Padding top. Did you use it here in the A? Padding top?
I just made a break.
Break?
Yeah, I mean, before the nav.
So first, let's make here, guys, space between these A's. Space between these links.
Maybe margin block.
We can use margin left to create this space. Margin left. Yeah, we can add this margin left. And then there should be another thing, guys, here. Space between this section and links.
How much margin left?
Margin left 20.
Margin top.
Let's try margin top. Okay, I believe we can do this. So what's the parent tag for A? What's the parent tag for A element?
Nav.
Nav. We can add this nav margin top 100.
I just put the break.
Break, yeah. Margin top 35 pixels. All right, next thing is we should add this color changing style. How to change their colors as we hover our mouse here. It should change.
Hover.
Yeah, we can use nav A or A as well. A hover only can also be used. A hover color should be changed to blue. And now change the color. All right, let me open this page back. Okay. So now, guys, now what's next, guys? What HTML text should be created next?
Each one creates
Section about the.
Yeah, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more sections. Now this one, it can be section, yeah, also. Yeah, it can be section also. So now we need to create section for about. Section about. All right, so now you are given, let me add here timer. You will be giving, guys, 7 minutes. 7 minutes to create this one, this section about the event. So size should also match. So do your best. This one is H1. These are paragraphs. Also space between this nav and about the event H1. So let's try, guys.
Hello, Janarbi.
Mhm.
Can you please send me or copy, please? Because I missed. I was busy with my kids. I was texting where is the header, background, color, and height. After that,
Okay, I'll
I
text you
missed it. I
this.
don't want to be, missing. Thank you.
Where is it? So I sent it. You can find it in the Slack, in the general group. Okay, guys. So we move here, guys. So we need to create the about section. What did you create here, guys, in this section?
H2.
H2 or H1?
H2.
And what's the text? About the event. Okay, let's keep this all part, the paddings and margins. We're gonna add them later. So in the about event, what was the text? It was info session. Info session is an educational something, but was it this big, guys? Was it this big? No. So it seems like it's too big. We made something wrong, guys. It shouldn't be this big. It seems like it might be even bigger than H2.
Could you show again?
Yeah, here.
I mean the original one.
Yeah.
What if we change the font size of the H2?
No. If you change the font size of H2, then it's gonna be bigger, and then it becomes like H1. Better idea is to, so let me open it like this. Better idea is to make this paragraph smaller. Do you know why it's bigger than H2, even when we make it just P? What do you mean by?
Scroll up. Paragraph, yeah, we already.
We created here P, right? But this will apply this style to all paragraphs. So we should make a change here, guys. It shouldn't apply this style to all paragraphs. So it should apply only to this paragraph. How can we specify it? Apply this style.
Header P.
It should be
Header.
header. All right, so header P. Yes, exactly. Only this one should be big. All other paragraphs should be smaller. Yeah. Apply this style only to the paragraph inside the header. So next we open it. Yeah, then we need to add this location and date. Location and date. These two are again paragraphs, location and date. Let me open the paragraph and the paragraph. So here the text is location.
Strong.
What did you do, Tim, here? If I type here location, it's not bold. How did you make this location bold?
We put strong.
Yeah. No. This is what we're gonna do. Paragraph is, can we create inside the paragraph other elements, other text? Yeah, we can use A. We can also use this element, strong. So whatever you write here is bold. And then outside of this strong, you can type the normal paragraph text. 114 East Tui Avenue, Des Plaines. Next one is pretty similar. Paragraph, strong, to specify the bold text, date, and then outside the strong, 15th of August. This way. So let me open this in the browser. So now guys, it's time to move this section down, a little bit down. It should be moved down. There should be some space. How can we add the space?
I made a
Breaks.
with H2 merging button.
What did you do, Lombaike, here? Did you add the space? Yeah? Breaks? Let's use margins and paddings.
Body with the H2.
So we should add here a space to the top of section.
Margin button.
Button.
Oh, top.
Where should be added?
H2.
H2.
Yeah.
H2.
Margin top.
Margin top. Yeah. 50 pixels. It should be about 75. All right. So now it's pretty good. Yeah, margin top 75 pixels. Margin top 75. All right, next step, guys, for you is to create this. Is it a section? This is another section. So you should create this section with this table. Let me quickly set a timer for 9 minutes. I set a timer for 9 minutes. So you should create this H2 and this table.
Table H1 magic. is right, even schedule or schedule, I mean the
Mm-hmm.
schedule, yeah?
Yeah.
Or schedule.
DULE. Okay, guys. So let me open here. So we need to create another section. There should be another section with ID. Yes, with ID schedule. All right. And then inside this, we should create H2, right?
Event schedule.
Event schedule. And guys, what do you think? Why we don't need to, like, the margin is added automatically? Why is it so? Why is it added automatically? We didn't fix it. No, because we already have this style. Each H2 should have 75 pixels above it here. All right, next. After this H2, table should be created.
So we can put in also border,
Border, right.
border one,
Border 1,
so.
table T head and T body. In the T head, there is TR with
T hat.
TH. All right, first one is time. The other one, session.
Speaker.
Session and speaker. Okay. Inside the table body, how many table rows did you create?
2.
2 table rows, right? In here, 3 table cells. And here, 3 table cells. Okay. Next, the data inside is here, 9 a.m. Opening remarks, and John Doe, 10 a.m. Keynote, the future of technology. And the time, the speaker is Jane Smith. Okay. Okay, guys. As I open this page, there is a table. Were you able to center this table, guys? Were you able? Really?
Yes. It's in
Really?
the table, inside of the table, in the body, you need to write a line. Yeah.
So what did you do, Mahabatcha? Margin left? Oh, really good idea. So you just, but it's not centered really. You just added here, right? It's not centered ideally, I mean, yeah? You made it just, it's approximately, but this is how we can center it. So one way, this is what you did, right? Margin left, maybe 200 pixels. So this is one way, but it's not ideally centered. So what we can use is, let me see. So it should be margin left auto and margin right auto. So now it's centered. If you add margin left and margin auto, it will be centered. And then we should add a background color here for time, session, and speaker, this part to this header.
It's T hat.
T head
Hat background.
have this background color, light blue. So to center it, we used margin left and margin right. And to give a header color, we used background color, light blue. So now let me open this here. Make it this way. Okay, it's pretty similar. They're pretty the same. And your home assignment will be just to finish the rest, guys. This part you will be given. So if you open the previous assignment, this one, everything was explained in details. And I told you that I send you a code via Slack or WhatsApp, and you can use that file. For example, from Slack. Here in the Slack, I sent you before some file. It was in general. So maybe I forgot. Maybe I sent it to WhatsApp. Did I send it to WhatsApp?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I sent it to WhatsApp as a zip. Here, zip day 6. You could open and you could use it to continue. So you're gonna be given the same similar task to finish all the styling of this web page. Okay, guys. Okay. You know, guys, what would be more difficult? To find the job or to keep continuing working in that company? Which one is more difficult?
To find the
What do you
job.
say?
To continue.
The second one is more difficult. You could find a job and then after 1 week you could be fired. Yeah. Because you could get the offer while we help you here, but then when you go there, you might screw up. That's why English is really important. When you go there, you're not gonna speak in the language that you speak right now.
You see,
Yeah.
but team is planning to apply for Russian speaking company.
Yeah. So tomorrow you're gonna have a class with Baha Baike, and on Monday we're gonna start the Java programming language. So your task is, guys, this. I'm gonna give you everything like I gave here. So here you could, if you read this all, you were given a task to build something like this. I sent you a code via WhatsApp or Slack, and then you should add some CSS styling to make your web page something like this. You were given this task, and you will be given similar to this task to finish this one. Yeah, guys, any questions? You are not in the WhatsApp group, yeah? Yeah, we're gonna add you, yeah? Just, you can text me to the Slack or to my phone number, because you remember, I told you I really forget. So we're gonna add you to this WhatsApp group. The home assignment? What I'm gonna send is, this, because there are some people who forgot or who are not on time creating this. But home assignment will be like maybe in few hours, in 1 or maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, you might have an additional question. Could you tell us about the Java is more hard? It's more maybe than HTML.
Then HTML, it's more difficult. HTML is not programming language, but it's not difficult if you do everything on time. If you do everything on time. Here it was not difficult because we didn't learn a lot of things. But Java will be learning like 2, maybe 2.5 months. So there will be a lot of things to learn, but you don't need to memorize everything to learn. There is ChatGPT to talk with every day. It's not really necessary to learn.
So we will practice more in Java, right? Than now.
Yeah, there will be more tasks, more assignments, because I like that part more. HTML, CSS, it's also something new for me. Yeah. Yeah.
It's but difficult.
Yeah, I have a question, Janarbek.
It's not really if you do it on time.
So HTML, do we need it? Is it very important for our future job?
If
Because I'm missing a little bit, and it's a little bit hard for me last 2 days.
there are two ways
So
to help you and to keep you like to keep you happy, I can say you HTML is not really important comparing to Java. Java is more important.
okay.
But why did we learn HTML and CSS? I showed you before. Do you remember? I showed you this website.
Yeah, now that Java is similar sometimes.
When we learn automation, it's more important.
It is code, yeah. It's code. If you
I have
don't,
a question.
Mhm.
You mentioned that we will be covering just the like basics of Java, right?
Yeah, core basics of Java.
But when we will be working, how will like we will solve like multiple or like difficult parts?
Mhm.
Will it be
So-
enough those knowledge that we will get? Will it be enough to use in practice?
Let me even show you something here. So first I'll need to move it here so to find it for you. Mhm. So it's not this one.
Yeah.
With GitHub, yeah. So it's not this one I'm missing. It should be this one. So this is our approximate schedule for Java. For Java, these are the basics, but if you learn them, if you do everything that I send you as practice tasks, and we're gonna do some tasks here, you will have like enough knowledge. But whatever you learn in bootcamp is not enough to start ideally working, because you will struggle. If I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna learn here everything that you need, and from the very first day, you'll be able to solve everything, all the tasks, then I'm lying to you. So the answer is, if you will be able to do everything on time, all tasks, you will have pretty much knowledge to how to say, to survive, to wrestle your struggles, some troubles in your company. But there will be struggles. I cannot say you that you're gonna start everything ideally. Like, honestly, what I'm telling to you. Now, whose question was it? Aidana, right?
Yes. So what do we do? What do we need to do? I mean, do we need to work to study more? I mean, on our like how to say, individual, or like what do we need to do?
I'm gonna give tasks that you will need to solve. If you solve them, you have pretty good Java knowledge. But then we go to automation. Automation should be same. You should do everything on time, tasks, everything. You could also watch some YouTube videos to have more knowledge. You should be seeking knowledge if you would like to finish successfully.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, any questions?
So, what's the difference
Mm-hmm.
between this school and the others regarding the content of the lessons?
Regarding the content of the lessons, it's everywhere pretty similar. Yeah, I've worked in other bootcamp. It's pretty similar because I was teaching there in some way, and I'm using that way here also. So it's pretty similar there. But maybe there was info session in my previous bootcamp where I worked. And there was a person who asked in the info session question, like, what's the difference between that school and other schools? And the owner who owns that school, he told that all of them are the same. All of them are the same. But in some of them, there is less market help when they finish the school. In some of them, there could be enough market help. I don't want to tell the names of bootcamps, but there are some bootcamps who don't help at all when they finish. They just point you something, and that's it. And those people who studied there, they come to our bootcamp. Like, maybe there are better bootcamps, maybe worse bootcamps, but all of them, they have similar curriculum. Curriculum, I mean this, they have pretty similar, but it is what comes from student, how they learn this. Some of them, they don't even come to classes after 3 months because they just skipped some classes. They can catch up things, but they're not doing it. They just gave up, like, oh, I skipped 2 classes, and then they say, one more class, give me one more day, I'll be able to catch up. They don't come 3 days, then 4 days, then they skip 4 classes, and it's getting more and more difficult. In all of them, the curriculum is pretty similar. Yeah.
But some bootcamps learn Linux is that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to learn Linux?
They learn only the basics, maybe 1 or 2 classes. The really most important parts is Java. If you get it really good, if you understand everything good, and if you can solve some problems from other websites, and then there are some other frameworks like Selenium, Rest Assured. If you really understand them, like, it's good. I mean, there are only few things to learn more. Like, there are 3 main things: Java, Selenium, Rest Assured, and maybe a few more. But I cannot say that one of them is really important, the other one you can just skip. For example, HTML and CSS, they're less important. But if you skip them, you might struggle somewhere. So everything is connected somehow. Yeah, and it's really long journey. It's not like some short journey, like you come every day and you live just day by day. You should set the goals for 6, maybe 1 year, because this person who found the job, Andrei, I believe he graduated not 1 month ago. He graduated a few months ago.
On November, not last year.
So then he maybe found the right bootcamp. He came here and he found the job in 4 weeks. So everything should be, you should plan everything. Yeah, it's just long-term thing. It doesn't take exactly 6 months, maybe 8, maybe 9, maybe 10. But then it starts getting better. When you survive in that company, if you really survive, it's another story. Finding that job, it's really another story. But if you find that job and if you survive there, then starts your better life. Yeah.
You talking about survival. Survives, it means for like 5 months.
Yeah, like if you were able to learn their tools, learn their projects, if you are able to, and if you find common language with the team, with the staff, and after a few months, you will get used to it. For example, one day I cannot drive the car, I'm not able, I'm struggling. Few more days and I will get comfortable. Once you get comfortable, you don't think about moving your steering wheel to the left or to the right. So once you get comfortable, then starts your better life.
About the probation period for local companies.
Probation period? I don't know. Do you mean trial period, or like actually in some companies they give you like training period, 1 maybe 2 months. They give you 1 month or 2 months to learn their company, because if no one's gonna hire you and the other day they're gonna give you task, oh, let's create some project or this, they're gonna train you. So you will have some maybe 1 month, maybe more, to get used to their company. So there is some period of training. It's called like onboarding process. Even you are senior, yeah. But of course, if you are senior, they already wait from you something, because you are not junior. They wait from you something.
I mean, about probation period, I mean, excuse me for my Russian, like, испытательный срок.
Like if you were able to keep up with everything, we keep you. If not, then move forward. You mean this?
Испытательный срок.
I don't think there is.
Giving a chance to adapt, you know.
I think
You have to sign the contract.
it's
6 months or the 1 year, so you cannot be fired within 6 months.
yeah, there is a contract, but some people they themselves leave, because I had some my student. I didn't graduate him, but I taught him about 2-3 months. I was teaching her Java, and she graduated. She is from Russia. She found the job, and then it was her first interview. She found the job, and then I was in other state doing something else. I was not teaching, and she called me and she texted me, "Hey, can you help me? Let's do online. I'll pay you," something like this. But for some people, it's difficult. For some people, it might not be difficult. For her, it was really difficult, because she graduated in few weeks she found the job. Usually it takes 2 months, 3 months. People practice more, like Andrei did. He was practicing here 4 weeks, maybe more, maybe 1 month, but she didn't practice at all. She graduated, and after a few weeks she found the job. She started, and then after maybe 4 weeks she quit that job because it was too difficult for her. It was in California, and she was getting paid like 4,000 in 2 weeks, so 2,000 in 1 week.
Sounds great.
Yeah, so she earned in 4 weeks, and then she yeah. So because imagine after 6 months you immediately start the job, it will be difficult. You should learn some other things, practice. Yeah, for her it was difficult because she finished, and after a few weeks she found the job.
I got the statistic that 40 students graduated and just 12 of them got the offer, but only 6 of them survived.
Yeah, it might. And you are the one who is able to change that statistics. Really.
If you got the offer, you have to work hard.
Yeah. So what students think is that they found the offer, that's it, like this is the start of best life. No. Main goal is to find the job and to pass that probation period or anything, something like this.
Survive.
Yeah, people think find the job and then I'll come up with something. I'm gonna pay somebody or something like this.
Yeah, I have an extra question, not for you, but for Chinar. Yeah, we have an online student who worked before. I mean, she graduated somewhere and she worked in some company, and she said that she left.
She's not here. She quit. Yeah.
What about you right now? Are you working?
No, I'm not working. I'm not working. I work only here at TechState. I've been working in other bootcamp. Its name is Codewise. Then, yeah. So I was working there. I liked the place, the team, but then my relative, he needed some support, some help. That's why I quit that company to help my relative. And if I quit that place, I made my decision, right? I cannot go back there and ask like, hey, like I helped my relative, can you take me back? I cannot do this because I made my decision. That's why I quit there. And right now I'm looking for a job. It was Elnura, right?
Yes, yeah. And also, did you work before? Like, Baka told he worked at the Chase Bank, right?
No. I never worked at Chase Bank. Who told this?
No, I mean, Baka is working at the Chase Bank. I mean, did you work before the,
Of course, at the Bank of America.
No.
Government.
No, what I did, honestly, I was working back in my home country as a backend developer. We created mobile applications that you can use on your phones, like on Android, iPhone. We did there this. It's some project company. It's like, have you ever heard about person whose name is Esen Yazov? Have you ever heard? So it was his company in Kyrgyzstan, and we were in a team.
is it TikTok?
Yeah, it is. I told you.
When you studied at IT?
I was studying it. No, I before at school I was studying it. At school, yeah.
School IT?
No.
Studied
In high school.
In high school, yeah.
Did you have a class, IT class?
No, I had something like this. So when you study there, you have a choice to choose one lesson, one subject, the one that you really like, and then you are able to participate in some sort of Olympiads. But I was not like cool person there, but this is what helped me. Yeah.
So you don't have this bachelor MA degrees in IT, right?
No, I don't have. Right now, I'm really planning to get one, but it's life, you know. Things change. I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
But the most graduates after they finishing even the bachelor and the master, they're struggling when they got a job. Compared with the who graduated boot camps.
So yeah, it is. Do you mean American degree? They might. But I'll tell you honestly, degree is not required. Degree is not required because I told you that I'm looking for a job, right? I told you. And then I'm having some calls, something like this. And then I ask them, do you need degree? And they tell it's not required, but for some of the companies, it is required.
Any diploma.
Yeah, but CS is better. Computer science is better.
So we can try to get it from Moscow.
Yeah, guys. It's a long road. Like if you're gonna find a job, then your life after 3 years, 4 years gonna be better than now.
Yeah. What do you think about yourself? I mean, about the rank. Like, are you a senior? Or what are you posting yourself like? Do you think
No.
you're middle or?
I don't think I'm senior. I don't think I'm junior. I don't know a lot of things, but I know how to learn them. I know how to figure out them. Yeah.
It depends on the company. Some companies requirement is very high, but some of those requirements very small, you can work easily. It depends on the company as well.
Yeah, there is also a guy, my last batch at the previous school, I finished with them in March. So then they were studying 3 more months, and there was a guy who was studying really I don't say hard, but he has some knowledge maybe before. I would say he's like Tim. He's like Tim. He has good English like speaking language. He was able to explain his ideas, express everything, and then he got the job 1 month ago. So I think Tim can get the job first.
Sure, I'm so sure for 100%. He will be the first person who will get it.
Inshallah.
Yeah, guys. So it's gonna be a long thing, guys. Let's see. We're gonna you will see me 6 months later. Still, we'll be here. Yeah.
Thank you for you.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm honest. Whatever I'm telling, I'm honest.
Thank you.
All right, online students. See you.
Thank you. Bye.